more spiritual flow in life. And as you read through our book, Dynamic Balance, you learn that there are two ways to get information, acquire growth, transform your life. And one is by explanation. We have a book that shows you and teaches you ways that you can do that. And the second way is by experience. It's really important to have both ways. The explanation gives us context, and the experience helps us to keep going and motivated to make change. So what we're doing, the fundamental part of personal transformation, is that we want to bring more spiritual flow into our life. We use the acronym STEP, where energy flows from spirit into thinking, which is our paradigms, our ways of thinking, that fuels our emotions and guides our physical presence along our sacred path. When we are off our sacred path, when life doesn't feel good to us, where we're not feeling peaceful, we're not feeling on purpose, what tends to happen is the STEP acronym is backwards. So the world tends to inform our emotions, aggravates them, activates them, which informs our thinking paradigms, which often become based in fear with the way the world is today. And then emotions and thinking patterns cycle over and over and over, and they're coming from the back. And the spiritual energy that we need to bring more light and love and peace into our life tends to get shadowed over. Sometimes it feels like we're disconnected, but really we can never be disconnected from our spiritual energy. It's always there, always waiting to serve us. So how do we create spiritual flow into our life? How do we reverse the STEP process from the world informing our emotions, activating our emotions and informing our paradigms, for our natural, intuitive, spiritual energy to do that? Two ways. The first way is by opening up our spiritual access gates, which we talk about in Dynamic Balance. We're not going to get into that on this video, but to activate and open up our gates, which there's lots of exercise to do that. The second way, both are important, is to neutralize the negative charges that happen when the world continues to come at us. Makes us angry, makes us depressed, makes us disillusioned, disappointed, whatever those emotions are, they pinch off spiritual energy in your life. If you're in a tight fist perspective, as we saw in an earlier video, then your spirit can't surface, but it's waiting there to surface. If you think about a pocket of air deep within a body of water, the natural tendency of that pocket of air is to do what? Rise, expand, and express into the atmosphere. It's the very same with your spiritual energy. With a pocket of air, you can easily trap it. It can get stuck under the weeds and everything near the bottom of the ocean or river or wherever it is. But when you remove the obstacle, it will surface. The thing is that its tendency and its nature is always to surface. You can push it down, compress it, you can block it, but you can't change its nature to surface. It's the very same thing with your spirit. That peace, that sense of joy and happiness is always available if you remove the constraints. So in this first part of our meditation, we're going to show you is to redirect some of that negative energy that the world is always kind of throwing at us, to neutralize that, to ground it. And the second part of this meditation is going to be about letting spiritual energy come into your experience. So we're going to be visualizing. So if you feel comfortable in a place where you can close your eyes, that's great. And or you can pick a point in front of you, focusing your glance on that and focusing on your breathing as well. Okay, so the first part of this meditation is we're going to relax the body. Then we're going to relax the mind with a little visualization. And then we're going to show you and experience a way to ground negative energy that we'll be able to use with practice moving forward in our life in real life situations when the energy is coming at us that is aggravating our emotions and those kinds of things. Okay, so let's start. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make sure our back is nice and straight. Releasing any negative energy through your breath. Just going to breathe in nice and naturally, deeply. And exhaling slowly. Good. Okay, so we're just starting off now, just relaxing. So now we're going to gently close our eyes if that feels comfortable to you. And we're going to breathe in and exhale. A little slower on the exhale. And once you find your rhythm of breathing in nice and deeply, expanding your diaphragm, opening your lungs, and exhaling slowly. Excellent. So now we're going to imagine that our forehead is nice and soft, all tension releasing from your forehead, your temples, relaxation flowing down your cheeks, across your mouth, your chin, flowing down even more through your neck, your shoulders relaxing. Good. That energy now flows down your arms, relaxing, gentle energy, right to your fingertips. That's good. And as this relaxation energy moves to your chest, inner and outer, your abdomen, your legs, gentle, calming energy moving down your legs, your knees, your shins, your feet, feeling your feet touching the floor, your toes all on the floor, your heel. Relaxation moving through your body from your head to your toes and your toes to your fingertips. Breathing deeply. And while you continue to relax even more, visualizing a nice, calming environmental place that you've been or that you'd like to go. Maybe it's an ocean, could be a mountain, might be the forest. Maybe you're imagining a sunset or a sunrise that makes you mentally exhale and feel comfortable and safe. Good, and we're breathing in nice and deeply and exhaling slowly, relaxing in the body, in the mind. Now we're going to transform that visualization and we're going to imagine that energy is running from our tailbone down the back of our legs, our calves, right through our heels and down into the earth, going farther and farther and farther as as it reaches the center of the earth. Good. And we're going to drop a little icon there at the center of the earth. The icon can be anything you like. For me, it's a gold coin with a key on one side and a heart on the other that symbolizes that the key to a life that feels good, the key to joy, peace, happiness, comes through the heart. And it's right there, right at the center of the earth. And the energy is moving through there and now coming up through the earth, up, 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 until it reaches the balls of our feet. Comes up the top of our feet, our shins, our knees, the top of our legs, and then cycles around the tailbone and goes back down the back of our legs, behind our knees, our calf, our heel, and cycles down, down, down to that icon you dropped right at the center of the earth. And it cycles back up through the earth, all the way up, through the balls of your feet, the tops of your feet, your shins, your legs, and now you have a cycle of energy that's just running down the back of your legs, through your heels, down through the earth, right to the icon, coming back up through the earth, through the balls of your feet, up your legs, and it's cycling. Taking a nice deep breath in, we're just imagining that energy cycling. I'm going to take a few seconds just in silence to really feel that energy cycling. Good. You might feel a little bit of tingling in your heels and the balls of your feet as that energy continues to cycle, and we're relaxing even more from our head to our toes, from our toes to our fingertips. Our relaxation gets deeper and deeper and deeper. And as that energy cycles from our tailbone through the heels of our feet, through the icon we dropped at the center of the earth, and back up through the balls of our feet, across our shins, our knees, and cycling over and over. We're just going to leave that. We don't need our attention there anymore. It's just going to continue to cycle. And we're going to put our attention now at the crown of our heads. And we're going to imagine that there's an opening, an energetic opening that's allowing a beam of crystal clear, bright, white light that's coming down from the sky through the top of our heads, through the back of our necks, and it's moving down in healing, gentle energy across our spines, all the way down to our tailbone, and is coming now cycling up through our abdomen, our heart center, all the chakras, our throats, up through our chin, our nose, our face, and cycling up out of the crown of our head, back up into the universe, where it's gaining energy and love and light and peace, and cycling back down through the crown of our head, the back of our neck, our spine, our chakra, and we're opening now as it comes up. And we're breathing deeply and exhaling slowly. We feel a charge in our abdomen, energy, cells opening with light and love, coming up through our heart center, expanding expanding love and joy in our hearts, allowing our hearts to beat with unrestricted freedom, because the love that backs it allows us to be vulnerable, open, relaxed to this peaceful, beautiful energy that's entering our body, moving up through our face, maybe rising our lips into a smile, up our cheeks, our eyes relax, eyelids closed, relaxed, gentle, forehead soft, and it cycles up through our crown again, and that energy is just going to keep cycling over and over, filling every cell in our body with light and love and vitality, allowing our energy to be grounded through the bottom, our lower frame, to allow that cycle of energy to go into the earth. And we're just going to breathe here, allowing the light and love to enter from the top, and all the energy that doesn't fit with all opening and healing and love just to be cycled down into the earth through our coin, which is attached to our hearts, connected to us, and leaving all the impurities of thought, all the stress, all the anxiety, all the negativity gets filtered out as it moves through the earth and comes back up. And at our tailbone, we're imagining that some of the light's ethereal, loving energy is now mixing with our root chakra energy, adding power and strength, vitality. So we're just going to stay with that energy for a moment or two more as we breathe in and exhale, and just allow whatever's happening in your body to open and heal, and let the light shine, and let all the negative energy just move away, allowing your cells to dance and to be active and stimulated. And take a few breaths just in silence and allow all that to happen. Okay, good. Now we're just going to gently open our eyes. You can touch your face. Bring your attention back into your body, into the environment where you are. And just take a moment to see, how does that feel? Was there anything that happened within you that opened a little bit? We're going to be talking about this process a lot more as we move along. Your homework, however, is to envision this, visualize this, maybe a couple of times a day. It doesn't have to be for a few minutes, it can just be for a few seconds. And when there's any adversity, anything from the external environment that starts to aggravate your emotional center, imagine that root chakra taking that energy into the earth. Not unlike a receptacle, an electricity receptacle that has the two prongs and the ground. And that ground is for if any unhealthy energy builds up within the circuit that could cause a lot of damage, maybe even start fires, electrical shocks, those kinds of things, that ground takes that energy away from where it can be dangerous. It's the very same concept here. We want to imagine that when that energy is coming and we're feeling active activated. We want to pause, breathe, and imagine that energy going through our heels out into the earth, where it can more than handle any of the negative energy coming our way. Also, while doing this, we can imagine that light coming in from above, cycling in and opening up our heart. This opens up our peripheral awareness. It provides an opportunity to say, how can I make this better? Whatever negative energy is coming toward you, how can I make this better? How can I ground this energy away, this negative energy away, so that more peace and light and love can surface within me? This is what it's about. Personal transformation leads to social transformation. The better you feel, the better your world is going to feel. The better you see, the better the world is going to look. Okay, so that's our little exercise for today. Explanation and experience. Now just see how that goes for you over the next little while. Provide attention to when you're feeling that those negative emotions. Can you just imagine that there's energy being carried away from your body, that grounding energy, taking away all the negative energy? Because a foundational belief of dynamic balance is when you remove all the negativity, the positive, loving energy will naturally surface, just like our bubble in the water analogy. All right. If you haven't got a copy of Dynamic Balance, pick it up on Amazon. It's really going to help you to make your life feel a little bit better, to help deal with the interference that gets in the way of that as we move forward. Stay connected, like this video, and we'll see you next time. Have a great day.